golden friend illuminates the world again, bringing light to every room. The effervescent essence of your presence permeates the air. It's like a sweet perfume. Rub off on me, give me clarity, and soon you'll find.
Welcome to SongTellers, where singers and songwriters share the story behind their songs and perform them live. Today's guest is Tippy Balady, a neo-soul singer-songwriter who honed her craft at the Washington School for the Performing Arts, a place that's nurtured artists like Norah Jones and Erykah Badu. Her music is all about connection, bringing people together through heartfelt positivity and lyrics that feel like pages torn straight out of her diary, blending a touch of whimsy with authentic depth and creating a sound you can come back to again and again. This is Tippy Balady. So yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this.
Of course,
this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So the premise of this is basically sharing some of your stories with us, talking about the meaning behind them, what they mean to you on any level, and then playing them.
Great.
So which one did you want to start with first?
Maybe I start with Golden Friend then.
Golden Friend?
I'll start with that one.
Awesome. Tell me about Golden Friend.
I'll tell you about Golden Friend. Right. So I started writing this song, and it was coming out sort of like a Stevie Wonder-esque like groove. And Stevie always has like a focus on like positivity in his songs. And I just sort of wanted to like keep with the theme of that and think, oh, well, like if Stevie were to write a song like this, what would be a theme that would be like befitting of that? And I was thinking about some friends of mine that I love a lot and don't get to see that often, but mean a whole bunch to me. So this song's really like dedicated to these two friends of mine who like I don't live close to, don't see that often, but when we're with each other, like it's like no time has passed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's called Golden Friend to like also a play on the like make new friends but keep the old one is silver and the other's gold sort of thing.
Oh, that's cool. That's clever.
Yeah. So I just wanted to like do a little like song dedicated to them because I love them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny you mentioned the whole time passing by and it feel like nothing, like no time's passed by. I had a wedding. I went to a wedding, one of my best friend's wedding, who was in a band I used to play in March. And there's some friends that we hadn't seen that had moved back from college to South Africa. They moved back home.
Wow,
I hadn't seen them in like a decade plus. And we got back together and it was like, we all were like, man, we're old. But like, we picked up right where we left off.
There,
it was weird. The energy, everything. It was so fun, you know? So I totally get that.
It's like cherished friends, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really cool.
All right, let's check it out.
Cool. Okay. Golden friend, sown upon the land, you are the spice of life. Flowers bloom where you step, guardian angel heaven sent, cut off the chaos like a knife. Reminding me to find the gravity in gratitude. Giving clarity, letting all that I can be in magnitude. 'Cause an attitude won't get you very far. If I ever see you dwindling, well, I know what I would do. I would take the tools you gave me and repeat them back to you. Self-sufficiency is great, but if you wake and need a hand, I'll be there to pick you up and help you stand. Golden friend, golden friend, golden friend illuminates the world again, bringing light to every room.
The effervescent essence of your presence permeates the air. It's like a sweet perfume. Rub off on me, give me clarity, and soon you'll find you already had the ability to answer all the questions in your mind. All you need's a little patience, give it time. If I ever see you dwindling, well, I know what I would do. I would take the tools you gave me and repeat them back to you. Oh, if I ever see you dwindling, well, I know what I would do. I would take the tools you gave me and repeat them back to you. Self-sufficiency is great, but if you wake and need a hand, I'll be there to pick you up and help you stand. Golden friend, golden friend, golden friend, da, 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 golden friend. What can I say? I'm grateful every day that I had myself a golden friend. Golden friend. Golden friend. Golden friend. Golden friend. What can I say? I'm thankful every day that I had myself a golden friend.
That's a great song. I definitely get when you say the Stevie Wonder inspiration.
Yeah.
There's lots of chromaticism in there, lots of cool little things. So I'm curious about your background with music, because I'm kind of a, we call it like a theory nerd.
Really?
And
you
so,
are.
So for example, like on a few of the chords, you were writing the same chord in the right, and then the left was changing the bass, which was changing the chords.
Yeah.
So for example, in cases like that, how much of that is it like on a conscious level, versus like, okay, I'm choosing this chord, this is a 9 chord, so I'm gonna have these intervals in there kind of crap, or is it more just like going by feel?
Yeah. Well, I grew up like being very classically trained. Like in school, I went to Booker T in Dallas, and so I have an appreciation for theory. But for me, it's like it is a lot about feeling. So like a lot of the times I don't even know what I'm playing until like after, when I have to dissect it and write out the chords. Like I'm not consciously writing out the chords when I'm starting out. I just am like, what's gonna serve the story of the song the best.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever is like I can like hear the chords forming in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are until then I like sit down and like, okay, cool. Or like it's literally me like fumbling around being like, that note is wrong. Like I need to like correct it in some manner so that it's like right for me,
So a big part is your ear. So you probably started quite young. Did you? I'm guessing.
Yeah. I started taking piano lessons when I was in 2nd grade.
Okay.
But I just started like fumbling around on the piano when I was really little. I think we always had like a baby grand in our house. So I would go to it and like play songs by ear. Like I think I figured out Piano Man when I was little, like the because it's just the C scale all the way down,
Right.
And my mom kind of picked up on that, and she was like, "Oh, we should do something about that." So she got me into lessons, and my piano teacher was awesome. She trained me sort of classically, like learning basic theory, but it was more like, what are you interested in? Let's try to like dive into like some pop songs now. Like maybe the classical stuff isn't serving you as much, so we can jump into how chords work and things like that. So,
well, you already had an ear and a desire to play because you're doing on your own thing. I teach piano, obviously, and a lot of kids, it's kind of like finding that balance for kids who don't quite know.
Yeah.
You know, there's kids who have like a natural ear and like have a gravitation towards music, and they're listening to music and they're engaged. And then there's other kids who are taking lessons more, I won't say for the discipline of it, but kind of.
No, of course,
and it's like you want to get them, you want to light that spark for them so that they can get there. But a lot of them, you're like, what do you listen to? Like, oh, I don't listen to music. The fact, like, for example, if you're picking up, Piano Man, that means you're listening to music a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My kids listen to music all the time. They're big into music. It's a big part of our household, but a lot of people don't. So it's like, finding that balance between like, are you doing it because it's part of you and like you're exposed to it every day, or are you just doing it as an exercise and discipline?
Yeah, I think there's totally value in both. I know many people, like friends of mine, who are like super technical, especially like even with the production side. They're like, it must like I see, for them it's like I see it I see it linearly.
Yeah.
And they also produce amazing songs. So it's just like, I guess it just depends on how your brain works at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you're much more analytical, technical versus like creative type. And marrying the two is definitely the tricky part.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's when you get those geniuses.
The sweet spots. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one. Which one do you want to do next?
I'll do Hello Penpal since we're at the piano.
Nice.
So I wrote this song a few years ago. It's about another friend of mine. His name's Paxton, and we met each other when we were in kindergarten, and then like we just kind of like loved each other in kindergarten, and kept maintaining our friendship. Like after kindergarten he moved schools, so after that we saw each other and just would like have little play dates, and then he moved to a different state when we were in, I think, like when he was going into second or third grade. And we were like, we should write each other letters. So we just like became each other's pen pals.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then there was like a lull in it because he moved to Utah and like he didn't give me his new address. So I was like, oh no, like, forever I'm never gonna like, not thinking that my mom probably had his like mom's phone number. But then he sent me a letter one day, and then we like moved to email as time went by, and then moved to text. And now I see him like periodically in LA because some of his family has a house in LA, is originally from LA. So they visit on occasion. And like our friendship is still like kicking and good.
That's amazing.
And I sang at his sister's wedding, which is crazy. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's just, so this song is just like about our little friendship and about those letters that we would send to each other.
So far, sensing a lot of positivity in your music, which is great. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, I picked some positive songs. I have some sad ones too, but I was like, I'll keep it up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
Hello, pen pal, do you remember me? The girl with pink glasses who wore her hair all sloppily. Now I know it's been a while since then, and I ditched my frames, and my two front teeth have grown in, but it's my smile just the same. I guess the set is out of the blue, but I always wondered what you were up to. Ooh, now I know that you're far, and I don't have a car, and the timing's not great, but you're worth the wait, 'cause all these letters are helping me to find memories left behind, dancing freely and playing pretend. And though it's hard being miles apart, it warms my heart to know I have someone I can count on till the end. So I write to you with love, my friend. Hello, pen pal, you seem to grown a bit. Heard you're an artist now, and I think it's pretty sick. I myself have music, and I've written a song or two. Even thought of writing one about my letters to you. Now I know that we're far, and I don't have a car, and the time is not great, but you're worth the wait. 'Cause all these letters are helping me to find memories left behind, dancing freely and playing pretend. And though it's hard being miles apart, it warms my heart to know I have someone I can count on till the end. So I write to you with love, my friend. Oh, da, da, da. Da 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 apart, it warms my heart to know I have someone I can count on till the end. So I write to you with love, my friend, my friend.
We were talking earlier about when I teach to help my students find inspiration by getting them to listen to music.
Yeah.
And I think we all have that moment, whether it's you playing live or listening to an act or seeing them play live, where there's a certain moment of like complete presence where like you feel like inspired. There's like people call it the muse, where you feel like completely present and like stuff just riffs off, whether it's like you feel inspired by what they're coming and you can feel that, or you're spitting it out on paper or on the piano or on your instrument. For you, who are those artists that like have constantly over the years done that for you?
Yeah, I'm big on lyrics. Obviously being a songwriter, it's like something that I like very much value. And I haven't seen her in concert, but someone who like continuously like transcends me is Madison Cunningham. Like her work is just like absolutely incredible, and even the instrumentation just suits the melodic line so well, and what she's saying, like it just like it's all there to support that like incredible lyrical content. And yeah, that's a one. I also I saw Adam Melcher, or is it Melchor? It's Adam Melcher. I saw Adam Melcher live in concert. I've seen him twice now, but something about the second time that he performed was like, I think that he just like was in his bag in that moment, you know, what people say. And just there's something about like, this happens with me on stage as well. When I usually tell people that when I feel that moment of like complete, like just present, like the presence, feel completely present.
Yeah.
Is when like I catch the light. So something like happens and all of a sudden I'm aware of like the light that's above the stage, you know, like when the light's shining down, and like all of a sudden you can feel the spotlight and it feels like
real, like very powerful.
Yeah, it's like this bit of magic and fantasy that's in our real world. And so I think that when I look at artists as well, there's a moment where like it just feels like you and that other artist are in the room, and it's like usually when that light hits, and like I'm made aware of that.
Yeah,
I guess
that's a cool
if that makes sense.
That's a good metaphor too.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
All right, well let's do another one.
Yeah,
Let's set up. You know
sounds
what?
good.
We're gonna set up because we're gonna go to switch to the ukulele, right?
Yeah,
we'll set that up and then we'll go from there.
Cool. Sounds good. Cool.
Cool. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about this one. What's the name of this song? Oops, sorry. What's the name of this song?
Oh, the one that I was just playing is called Falling Upwards. And it is about, I wrote it about Alice in Wonderland. I always loved the story when I was younger. But I was like more obsessed with the idea of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland later on. Just honestly, like the premise of her falling back down the rabbit hole to sort of like rediscover herself in a time where she was kind of being forced into being something that she was not, was really intriguing to me. And so I wanted to kind of take that idea and run with it in my own direction as if like I were the one to fall down the rabbit hole.
Did you find, were there parallels in your life that kind of inspired you in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like, I think just entering into adulthood, where you're entering into a lot of unknown territory.
Yeah.
And kind of like entering into that with the little things that you have that have made you a whole person so far.
Yeah.
And trying to keep those values close to you. Like while also dealing with a bunch of new problems. So it's like, okay, how do I contain myself and contain what is important to me,
right?
While also like welcoming in new things into my life as well.
Yeah.
And
keeping the youth right in you. I feel like as we grow older, you can become like just a shell of your former self, and being true to who you are. And you know, we've all had those friends or people that you've noticed as they've gotten older have changed for whatever, you know, whether it's adulthood or things that have happened that have like made them become a little bit more serious, a little bit less childlike in a sense, you know?
I completely agree. That's a lot of what I try to do in my writing too, is keep it very fantastical, like keep it very whimsical, but also with that like realness attached to it, because you can have both. Like nothing needs to be serious all of the time. Like there's a place and a time for everything, obviously, but like I like keeping that childlike wonder alive is like something that is incredibly important to me in my writing and just in my life, and so it's just something that I strive towards. Like again, like that's something that I try to hold close to who I am as a person too.
That's great. All right, let's check it out.
Falling upwards, letting go. I rode on a wind to find meaning below. Don't know where I'm heading, but I'm betting it's somewhere divine. Funny falling, feel so free. I'll unravel myself, befriend curiosity. Tumbling blind, I leave reason behind to find reflections intertwined in wonderland. Wonderland extends a hand, takes me back to remember a mischievous splendor, familiar yet far. So pieces left behind will come back in time. No need to feel small, just trust in the fall. Oh, trust in the fall. Falling upwards, touching ground. Do I walk with the purpose that I haven't yet found? The gray make-believe is conceived if you're willing to bite. Follow madness, it's unclear, but I've steered a straight path and it led me to fear. Learning, undoing, rebuilding, unscrewing, A crack in the glass reveals new ways of viewing. Wonderland, Wonderland extends a hand, takes me back to remember mischievous splendor, familiar yet far. So I wonder then, am I ready to be lost again? Pieces left behind will come back in time. No need to feel small, just trust in the fall. Trust in the fall. Metamorphic mind, all aglow. Technicolor wings begin to grow. Nectar of youth, bring me back to blue. Stepping into golden falling upwards, letting go. I am ready to face the unknown.
And again, I'm not a ukulele player, and some of those chords are a bit more like that third chord, like specifically, is definitely out there with the key. Somebody who understands the piano, I understand like where I would go to that third chord if I wanted to hear it. But because of the layout of the strings, like when you go to a chord like that, when you're writing it, how are you just like, okay, let's go to this random fingering chord, right? Like, because again, I'm familiar, I have a background in guitar, but especially on music, the piano keyboard is just laid out very seamlessly. So how did you do that with the uke?
With the uke, similarly to the piano, but my background is in piano as well. I just taught myself the ukulele because I wanted a string instrument, and this was easier than guitar at the time, and it's now, I love it. But for me, it was like, I usually mess around with like similar
positionings.
Yeah, positions. And just see like, if I slide this here, what will that sound like, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so it's just a lot of like, again, just messing around, and sometimes I literally don't know what I'm playing on ukulele until I'm like, okay, I gotta go to piano and actually figure out what the chords are.
Yeah, it's a good point though. Like you'll slide into a position. This is how I wrote a lot of time, and I still do sometimes with the guitar too, because I'm not nearly, I know the piano very well, but not the guitar as well. But yeah, you slide to a position, you're like, okay, that sounds good, but one of these notes sounds off. Where is it? You find it, and then you switch it, and you're like, okay, that works. Yeah, okay, cool.
It's same sort of vibe.
Very cool. All right, which one do you want to do next?
Ooh, I want to do Alphabet Soup.
Nice. I love this one. This is a great one.
Thanks.
So tell me about Alphabet Soup, the meaning behind it, the writing process, everything.
Of course. I actually wrote this at a time where I didn't know, or had like no thoughts in my brain about what I wanted to write about. And so obviously, like I said, I start normally with a lot of chords. So I just had this melody that went to here. And I was like, well, what does that sound like? And so I called a bunch of my friends and basically was trying to use their like creative energy to my advantage.
That's very cool.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, like this little thing, I know it's literally 10 seconds long. Do you think of anything when it comes in? And a lot of friends were like, honestly, like running, like coming of age, like all this stuff. And I was like, cool. But some were like too specific, some were too broad. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm finding something that's sparking something in me. And then I called my friend Cooper, and he's like, honestly, Tippy, I like the idea that you don't know what you want to write about. Like maybe write about like a song that you're struggling to find the words for something.
Alphabet soup.
Yeah,
I got it.
And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And then I kind of flipped that meaning on its head and like created my own story within what Cooper said. So I was like, okay, I don't have the words. How can I translate that into a song story form? And I was thinking about like when you meet someone romantically or platonically, and all of a sudden you just click and you can just speak with them for hours and hours and hours, and like the words just flow out of your mouth. And there's no hiccups or anything like that. It's just like the easiest thing ever. And I kind of turned it into like a little love song of like finding the right person that just like gives you all the words.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so that's Alphabet Soup.
All right. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay, I got ya.
I was never good at speaking up about the things I'm feeling. I stayed to myself, reserved. Alphabet soup in my brain, drowning in letters to stay contained. Quietly living in my dubiety until I met you. Sonnets spilled out of me, it's true. Nothing short of Shakespeare's letters, who knew? Now I can't shut up when I'm with you. Words keep tumbling off my tongue, sweet nothing start to brew. 'Cause I can't shut up when I'm with you. I wasn't comfortable in my brain, drowning in letters to stay contained. Others were sincerely nice, so I zipped my mouth and cut my ties. Safety in the surface, I stayed disguised. Couldn't see the value in community until I met you. Sonnets spilled out of me, it's true. Nothing short of Shakespeare's letters, who knew? Ooh, now I can't shut up when I'm with you. Words keep tumbling off my tongue, sweet nothing start to brew. 'Cause I can't shut up when I'm with you. You speak my language. I may not be most eloquent, but I intend to grow. Poetry doesn't make much sense to me, but for you I've become a modern age Edgar Allan Poe. I was once weary to use my vocabulary, couldn't see things from a different view until I met you. Sonnets spilled out of me, it's true. Nothing short of Shakespeare's letters, who knew? Ooh, now I can't shut up when I'm with you. Words keep tumbling off my tongue, sweet nothing start to brew. 'Cause I can't shut up when I'm with you.
Thanks for coming today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
What do you have in the works right now with your what you're getting? You're getting something mixed, or you're working on mixing your album?
I'm trying to get my album done. It's more of like an EP. It's a longer EP though. It's like 7 songs. I'm gonna be releasing them like as some singles as well. and I'm just writing new music. So just like stay tuned for that and see what happens. Yeah.
Do you have what's your thoughts on releasing singles versus like EPs at this point?
Yeah, I love an EP. Like I love the amount of time that it takes people, and like it's more. I think that EPs are more for the artist.
Yeah.
And singles are more for the common people. Yeah. Especially just like with the way that streaming works now. So I see a lot of value in trying to make something that's cohesive and like something that you're really passionate about that is just like an amalgamation of all these things that you've been working on for a really long time. But singles just make more sense at this point. Like, I think if you have like, if you start to get a very dedicated fan base, I think those EPs are good because then I agree.
They'll like really connect. Cause I think those EPs that have certain concepts and have thematic, carry throughout the songs that really attaches. Some of my favorite albums of all time are, Pink Floyd obviously is like Dark Side of the Moon, or like Tool, Lateralis, one of my favorite albums. But like there are these kind of bigger concept albums where the songs actually fit within a larger context or scheme.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I love those as well. Like they're like some of my favorite things to listen to. Like I'm trying to build up like my record collection too, and like being able to listen to all of the artist ideas like in the order that they wanted to, and in the orientation that they wanted to as well. Like that, there's so much beauty in that, but it's hard for like the newer artists to release an EP and then get the same amount of success that they would maybe a single.
Trying to fight through that clutter of the million songs that are getting released every day. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Cool.
It was fun.